excited you got the band back together. This was the team that won 10 games, an offense that really did some things. So just your feelings on getting Fitz in the fold for 2016.
Nothing like waiting until the last minute. But, no, you're right. Having back on the team, getting to work, training camp is a crucial time for us just to get the timing, kind of get our relationship built. So going forward in the season, we're clicking on all cylinders. So I'm excited that he's back. He needs to shave the beard, I think. But other than that, he looks pretty good.
It's too warm. What's he thinking?
I think it's his look, though. It's his look.
That's the way it works, Don. Now,
Grizzly Adams.
When you have a bunch of new guys coming in, and some guys are really good, talented. I asked Brandon Marshall the same question I want to ask you. In the beginning of the season last year, it was difficult with the change from quarterback to Fitzpatrick, to his wrist, to you, and to Brandon Marshall. As much as you want to say, well, we can practice all we want, you need game time.
Right.
How long did it take you guys to say, oh, man, that's it. That's there. The light is on, because all of a sudden it was throw the ball, catch the ball, score touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. There was times in games early where we felt like, okay, these plays in particular we were good at, and we went to them. But once, late in the season, teams are making adjustments. You gotta be more on the same page, and I felt that started to come, really after Thanksgiving, maybe kind of the latter part of the year. And in December, I thought we were playing really good football. And unfortunately, the last game we didn't play really good football, but I felt like, we understood each other. The nonverbal communication was there, and that's important between a quarterback and a receiver. And I think if we can carry that going into this year, you start quicker, and you don't got to worry about catching up at the end.
When I watched the playoffs last year, I'm sure you did, maybe you didn't, I'm watching that Cincinnati-Pittsburgh game, and I said that the Jets can beat these teams. Did you look at the same way, that missing that opportunity in Week 17, you missed a run?
For sure. Because that's how it is. We knew we had an opportunity against Cincinnati. I thought we matched up well, and I thought we would have won that football game. And honestly, if you get into the tournament, if you get into the playoffs, I mean, anyone has an opportunity. And I thought we were playing some of our best football. I think the Buffalo game was an example of that. But really, in December, I thought, it came together. Offense, defense, special teams, and it just came short. And, how you match yourself up in the playoffs, I thought we had a chance.
And all teams change from one year to the next. And I'm always a proponent that, hey, listen, you can run the same offense, but if you want to be better, you got to have some player be better.
Yep.
Who's that going to be on the offense?
It's going to be someone in the tight end room. It's going to be Jason Morrow stepping up. It's going to be Zach Sutfeld, who's back. Kellen Davis, getting into the passing game a little more. Also, I think, finding some receivers, number 3, number 4, Quincy, KT, Mr. Tompkins. Those guys are going to have to be making plays, because what we did last year, you would assume that teams might take away certain things or play certain coverages. So the more you can spread the football out to more guys, the harder it is to cover. And that's been my experience when I was in Denver. We had 5 guys touch the ball, 50-plus times. And what do you do as a defense? And you got a running game. I mean, it's you're kind of playing a guessing game. So that's our goal, is to make sure we're spread out, everyone's touching the ball, and we're being successful.
How do you envision Forte working in this offense?
I mean, what he's done his entire career, the guy. Watching him in practice, he's one of the smoothest runners I've seen. Just patient, hits the hole when he needs to, knows his cuts, and maybe one of the best, if not the best, pass catcher out of the backfield, and a guy that's smart, knows protections, can pick up blitzers, and gives us chances to go down the field. So he's going to be a huge asset for us.
Last year, your red zone offense was very good. Teams are going to do certain things. Yep. I mean, so how much work do you guys put into red zone offense in practice?
Huge. I think Coach Bowles probably mentioned, situational football is the number one priority. I mean, day one, we're doing red zone. We're doing third downs. Those are things that I think really, give you more opportunities in a game and give you more chances to score. And we need to be the best at those two, and not turning the football over, pre-snap penalties, all those things count. But if you can be successful in the red zone, scoring touchdowns over field goals, and if you can convert on third downs and give yourself more opportunity, that's when you're playing at the high level and probably some of the best football.
Talking to Eric Decker, Jet wide receiver here at Jets camp, getting ready for the 2016 season. We were breaking down the offensive line for the Jets and the Giants in a segment we did earlier, and we just brought up Mangold. And we've been doing this for 15 years. This is one of the best centers that I've ever seen. You've played in this league a while. I mean, is he just an all-time great at his position? He
is, and sometimes I don't know if he gets enough credit because he's just kind of Mr. Cool, and he's very consistent.
He was very cool during that Ranger Penguin game when they almost threw him out of the building.
You got to see some personality. I was like, oh, my God, this guy's a fan. That was pretty good. He scared me a little bit. He intimidated me.
I mean, the league got involved.
Did they really?
Yeah, because I thought he was going to be on the bench.
He was having some fun.
Sidney Crosby would not last a second with Nick.
No, I don't think so.
It's hard to last more than that with Nick anyway. I mean, come on.
But so you just talk about these players and these weapons. I'm not going to ask you to make a prediction, but you hear sky's the limit. I mean, that seems to be it, right? I mean, that's got to be the feeling going into this camp, right?
It has to be the mindset. I mean, everyone at this time has the goal of being the champion at the end of it, but we know we have the opportunity to be great, but it's putting in the work now, and it's just the details and refining our craft, figuring out how we're going to be the best offense, what's going to work, what's not going to work, and defensively, doing their thing and making sure we're sound on special teams because that could be a factor in a lot of games. So, yeah, this is the time. It's fun. It's fun when you know you can be a good football team. You got to put the work in. You got to get a couple bounces and stay healthy and let it all unfold.